In today's training, we're going to be reviewing the new enhancement to the Legacy screen in our Canadian offering. I'm going to go to Overview and then Legacy, and from here you're going to see the new view. To call out a few things, you can see we have 3 cards here at the top, and these are the summary views. So we have total wealth pre-tax. This is before any terminal tax has been applied to the estate. We have a review of their personal assets less their liabilities. We have the estimated terminal tax for this plan, and it's broken down by each of the people or the entities in the plan. And then we have our total wealth transfer post-tax figure. And this will also break it down as total estate transfer versus anything that is transferring outside of the estate. You can look at this in the summary view, or if you'd like, you can show details and see all of the details that make up the values that we're estimating here. And you can see on the total wealth transfer how things are transferring to different beneficiaries. We do also still have the flowcharts that show how things are passing in the estate at each mortality point. So for example, in this plan, Charles is passing away first in year 2060, and we can see how his estate wraps up, any gains, taxes, or taxable income that applies to that estate, and then what is passing to whom. So in this case, everything is passing to his spouse, Yvonne. And then if we go to Yvonne's legacy, she is the last client in this plan to pass in 2062. We can see her estate wrap up and also her corporate wrap up for her holding company. And then we can see what is transferring to her beneficiary, her son, Philippe. Next thing I want to show you is we also have some new cards here on the Legacy screen. We have a trust and corporations card. So if there are any trusts in the plan, you'll be able to see the value of the trust at passing and who it is passing to. We also have one for companies in the plan, so you can see the holding company. You can open this up and see exactly what is left in the plan at the end, and you can see where it is distributing to. In this case it is Yvonne's estate. Next, we have our taxes card, and this is a detailed breakdown of the tax calculations behind our estate calculations. So for example, in each of these cards, we have Charles's legacy and Yvonne's. You can see a valuation summary of everything that is valued in the plan and less any liabilities. And you can also see the taxable or non-taxable distributions by clicking on these options. Taxable capital gains, there is going to be a breakdown of that. And you can also see any federal or provincial taxes that may apply and any distributions outside of the estate that may apply. Same for Yvonne. You can see her taxable distributions and where they are going. In this case, her beneficiary, Philippe. And you can also see the corporate roll up here, any taxes that may apply. And you can see the details of the holding company at the end and where that company is distributing to at mortality, which in this case is Yvonne's estate. We also, in keeping with this, have updated our compare scenarios option, so you can compare 2 different estate outcomes against each other. If you're doing some estate planning, we can show the different outcomes in a side-by-side comparison view, and you'll be able to compare and contrast the estate outcomes by looking at a side-by-side. So you can see the difference in the terminal tax estimations as well as the total wealth transfer at the end between these 2 options for the plan. I hope that this has been helpful. If you have any questions or you'd like help reviewing the new Legacy screen, you can always reach out to us at support@planwithvoyant.com or click the name of your client in the top right corner and select Request Support. Thanks for listening.